In this video, I'm going to do a follow-up from the previous video I did on viscosity printing. I'm going to use the same plate as before. I've cut the top of it because I am using a roller going across and the roller wasn't quite big enough. So I have a smaller size now. And also I've just had, from the previous experience of doing viscosity print on this plate, I know where I've gone wrong, and I'm going to do it again and show you properly how this is going to come out with two different viscosity inks and how that works with them not mixing up. I hope you enjoy it. Okay, now I've inked up my plate with raw amber, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to use a hard roller and I'm going to apply a very soupy ink. I'm going to mix up raw sienna with white and a little bit of pink perhaps, and I'm going to mix it up with some linseed oil to make it really soupy, and hopefully which will repel the more sticky ink that I'm going to apply with a soft roller. So hard roller, light application with really soupy ink first. Okay, now that I have my plate inked up with the lightly colored soupy ink, I'm going to use just a normal viscosity ink without any additional oil. So the ink will be a lot more sticky, and I'm going to use turquoise and a bit of Prussian blue and a bit of white at the top to make sort of a gradual, a gradient going from top to bottom. And I'm going to apply that with a soft roller, which will hopefully push the ink into the more engraved areas onto the plate, and will leave those lovely light areas that I've just applied the soupy ink, the more raised areas with the soupy ink off. So let's see how it goes. this is my final print, and as you can see, there's some really exciting stuff going on there. So the very light, sort of slightly pinky tones is the more viscous, the more soupy ink that repelled the blue turquoise roller, and left some really interesting effects, something that you could never do with wiping ink off. So this is why I find viscosity printing so interesting. It's quite messy, quite laborious, but it can come out with such interesting results. So it's really worth experimenting and having some fun with it. So as you may have seen from doing my rollers, my runoffs from the rollers, I have come up with these two really exciting, this was just basically pink ink left over on the rollers, and it's not exactly artwork necessarily, but it might inspire me to do something with it in the future. I could perhaps draw on this one, or perhaps print on top of it. That's pretty cool. I really love the colors and the moodiness of both. This looks a bit like rocks in a fog. So sometimes it's really good fun after you finish your viscosity printing, just to clean your roller on a piece of paper and see what comes out. It could be a really interesting result. So it's well worth doing.